Hallelujah. Brethren, listen to me this moment. Every single day there are voices speaking into your life, and the question isn't if you are hearing the voices or not, but the main question is whose voice are you listening to? Whose voice are you obeying? The main question is whose voice are you obeying? There are many and different kind of voices that speak to us as created beings of God. Remember, in the beginning, man has the ability to only listen to God and obey until the serpent came in, and Eve listened and obeyed the serpent, and the voices that men listen and obey was altered. And now in this after then, that the voice of the world became strong, the voice of flesh became strong, the voice of the enemy became stronger in our life. If you take the Bible and you read it from Genesis and you come to the account of creation, you come to understand that in the beginning it wasn't so, that other things influenced men, but after the fall of Adam and Eve, that was the moment when the world speak and men hear and obey. That was when the enemy speak, the enemy's voice become loud and we obey. But tonight I come to tell you, somebody listening to my voice, and I'm asking you, whose voice are you listening to? Are you listening to the voice of the world that is so loud and telling you each and every moment that you can live for yourself? Some people make comments like, it is my life, leave me to live it. Indeed, it is your life, but you are not alone. It is your life, but it doesn't belong to you. You were given, it has been hired unto you, and there is a time and a season where it will be taken away from you. The world speak to you continuously, daily, telling you chase money and forget about righteousness. Sleep around, no one is watching, everyone is doing it. Can you be different? That is the voice of the world. The voice of the world is the voice of culture. The voice of the world is the voice of social media. The voice of the world is the voice of pressure, which contradicts sometimes and most of the time the will and the purpose of God for your life. If you read the book of John chapter number 10 verse number 5, you come to understand as Jesus have mentioned and spoken about the sheep, that the sheep heareth my voice. When the sheep, when anyone speak to a sheep, and it is not the master, they have nothing to do with that voice. They hear it but they don't obey it. They hear it but they don't obey it. The fact that they hear it does not mean they obey. They don't listen to strangers, and that is what you as a believer, as a living soul, must be unto God. You must hear only the voice of God and obey, but not voices of strangers. But amazingly and suddenly, in these seasons and this time, in this generation, we are tempted to obey the world than to obey God. My brethren, I come to tell you and ask you this night, and ask you this morning, and ask you this afternoon, whose voice are you listening to, young man? Whose voice are you listening to, young lady? Whose voice are you listening to, a father? You as a mother, whose voice are you listening to? Are you listening to the world, or you are listening to God? The fact that the world is applauding you doesn't mean you have received recognition from heaven. The fact that the applaud is loud by your obedience to the world does not mean there is something good in it. It may be a loud applaud, but an emptiness that you cannot survive with in the nearest future. Some people listen to the voice of the flesh. The voice of the flesh. If the flesh tells you do it, it is only once, and nobody is saying you, it will not destroy, it will not